A misty morning, the lake lies still, like a silver mirror. Sunlight pierces through the haze, scattering golden sparkles across the calm water. And their two small birds glide together, side by side, as if they were performing a silent symphony of nature. They nod their heads rhythmically, cutting through the ripples with graceful ease. Then, both dive beneath the surface, emerging again with strands of shining weeds in their beaks. No song, no music, only the breath of the wind and the whispers of the water. Yet somehow, the entire lake seems to hum an ancient love song. They are great crested grebes, the most romantic dancers of the natural world, symbols of love, loyalty, and the serene beauty of nature. The Great Crested Grebe, Podiceps cristatus, belongs to the grebe family. A medium-sized water bird, about 46 to 51 centimeters long, weighing 800-1.500 grams, with a wingspan of nearly 85 centimeters. Its most striking features are the reddish chestnut ruff around the neck and the black crest fanning out like a royal crown, especially vivid during the breeding season. Its body is torpedo-shaped, the neck long, the beak sharp and its legs set far back on the body. A design that makes it an exceptional diver, though rather awkward on land. The grebe is not just beautiful, it is graceful in every movement. Each glide, each tilt of the neck seems perfectly balanced between strength and softness, as if it were born to be an artist upon the water. When spring returns, when the ice melts and the waters grow warm again, the great crested grebes begin their most enchanting ritual, the courtship dance. It starts with eye contact. They swim side by side, mirroring each other's movements. Then come gentle gestures, shaking their heads, raising their crests and letting out soft, resonant calls that echo across the lake. Soon, both dive underwater, emerging a few meters apart, each holding bits of green leaves in their beaks. They approach one another, heads swaying in rhythm, offering those plants like bouquets of love. Finally, they rise upright on the water, feet paddling furiously, chests touching, splashing white foam around them. A mesmerizing moment of beauty that nature photographers wait hours to capture. But this dance isn't just for mating. It's a vow, a promise for life. For the great crested grebe is monogamous, staying with the same partner through every storm, every season. Unlike most birds, grebes build their nests on the water. Not on trees, not on land, but floating, a home that moves with the waves. They weave reeds, leaves, roots, and bits of algae, anchoring the structure carefully to nearby plants so it doesn't drift away. Part of the nest always remains slightly submerged, helping regulate temperature and humidity, and camouflaging it from predators. When leaving the nest, the mother often covers the eggs with leaves or algae, a simple yet ingenious act of instinct, proof of how brilliantly nature designs even its smallest creatures. After 27 to 29 days of incubation, tiny chicks are born, their small bodies covered in black and white stripes, looking like little zebra hatchlings. From their very first days, they climb onto their parents' backs for warmth and safety. Both the mother and father take turns carrying their chicks across the lake. When hungry, the chicks simply poke their heads out of the feathers and the parents feed them right there, while still swimming. If danger appears, one quick signal is enough. The parent dives, taking the chicks along beneath the surface, disappearing into safety in just a blink. It's pure, instinctive love, silent but powerful. The great crested grebe isn't only elegant, it's a master diver. It can dive as deep as 20 meters, stay submerged for up to 40 seconds and move underwater with the skill of an athlete. Because their legs are set far back on their bodies, walking on land is nearly impossible. But underwater, that same anatomy turns them into torpedoes of precision. They hunt small fish, shrimp, tadpoles, insect larvae, and even tiny frogs. When spotting prey, a grebe dives silently, approaches from below, and strikes with lightning speed. When it resurfaces, its beak glints silver, a small but perfect victory of life in motion. Grebes are adaptable survivors. They thrive in freshwater lakes, ponds, marshes, and even calm river mouths. In winter, when lakes freeze over, they migrate thousands of kilometers to warmer waters. But come spring, they return to the very same lake, as if the memory of water still calls them home. Thanks to this remarkable adaptability, the Great Crested Grebe is found across Europe, Asia, Africa, and Australia. In Vietnam, they can sometimes be seen in the central lagoons, the highland lakes of the Central Highlands, or northern wetlands during migration. In the 19th century, the Great Crested Grebe nearly vanished from Europe. The reason was tragic. Their neck feathers and crests were prized for hats and clothing. Human greed brought them to the brink of extinction. But when people realized what had been lost, a movement for nature conservation began. The grebe became a symbol of victory for wildlife protection, and even inspired the creation of the Royal Society for the Protection of Birds, RSPB, one of the world's most respected conservation organizations today. Since then, the Great Crested Grebe has stood not only as a bird, but as a symbol of revival, compassion, and faith in nature's resilience. At sunset, the grebe's reflection ripples softly across the golden lake. No noise, no show of color, just quiet elegance, enough to make the water itself feel alive. Perhaps, in our rushing world, these birds remind us of something simple, that true beauty doesn't shout. It lives in balance, in the rhythm of wind and water, and in the patience to move gracefully with life. If you ever stop beside a quiet lake, look closely and you might see a pair of great crested grebes dancing their timeless duet of love. That dance, though small and fleeting, is the music of life itself, a melody of devotion, care, and faith that nature always finds a way to preserve its most beautiful stories. Protect the lakes, protect the wetlands, for they do not only nurture life, they preserve the very soul of nature. Let the dance of the Great Crested Grebe, the symbol of love and purity, forever ripple across the blue waters.